Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and today I'm inviting you into a very real, very lived-in tour of our mortgage-free 3-bedroom, 2-bath fenced home here in Jamaica, specifically in Montego Bay, St. James Parish. Now, before we dive in, let me set the tone. This video is not in any order. It's laundry day, it's chore day, and you're going to see our home just as it is. If you came looking for perfect aesthetics, polished countertops, and staged furniture, then honestly, this video and this lifestyle may not be for you. But if you came to see real life in real time, then welcome. You're in the right place. A little about me. As I stated, my name is Jackie, born and raised in the United States. My father was born and raised here in the beautiful island of Jamaica, and my husband was also born here and lived here until the age of 8. This house is what I call our Jack and Jill 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. And as we go through it, you will see exactly why it's called that. Now, let's talk history. Most of the homes in this community that were built over 20 years ago started as simple 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses. This particular home belonged to my husband's family and was purchased during the second phase of the community that we now own. They bought the lot, built the house, and not long after added on what we call the third master suite that connects to the back veranda. That addition is what gave our home its unique Jack and Jill feel. Step outside with me for a moment, as you've been seeing in the very beginning, because one of my favorite things about this house is what's in the yard. We have 6 different fruit trees, all planted by my mother-in-law. We've got a mango tree, a banana tree, plantain tree, June plum tree, soursop tree, and pomegranate tree. We also have aloe vera growing out back, which I use for different home remedies. It is a blessing to have this natural abundance right outside our door. Now, because this is Jamaica, you'll notice also some particular things around the house. For example, the tiles throughout the home, they're the original tiles from when the house was first built. We recently found out they don't even make this tile anymore because there were 2 or 3 tiles within the house that we needed to replace, and unfortunately they did not have this tile, so we had to replace it with something similar until we're ready to do the whole tile over to a different color. We also keep blue water barrels as backup emergency water. Years ago, the water would shut off or was very low at times. And those barrels were our solution. I will be sharing another video more about how the water structure works here. But we don't drink the water. Now, you can drink the water in Jamaica, but we prefer not to. It's mainly for flushing toilets. So the water that's in the blue barrel outside, we only use that for flushing toilets, and for cleaning tubs, and for sometimes for the kitchen. But we have containers underneath the sink in the kitchen for the dishes and for any other usage that we would need for ourselves, like washing up, okay? However, as I stated, we buy our water, and most of the time we buy also bottles. I will also state that the water here is cheap, okay? And so for like a 16-ounce bottle, it runs about 100 Jamaican dollars, and for a 16-ounce bottle runs for $50 Jamaican dollars. And a 20-ounce bottle runs for 100 Jamaican dollars. And the containers that you saw sitting here on the floor and on top, they run those are filter water, and they run anywhere between 350 to 450 Jamaican dollars. Okay, and we keep about 4 or 5 of these containers in the house. Because of the rainy season this past month, the yard, as you saw, looks very overgrown, and our lawn guys haven't been able to maintain it. When it rains here, it's definitely a blessing, because there are times when we need rain and it doesn't show up. But God has definitely blessed us this season. Okay? So, with that said, the rain has also blessed our banana tree. We had way over 50 bananas. I can't even count at one time. Every year it varies. There are some good days, some good years you will have fruits. The fruits were bare, and then there are years where it's really scarce. Okay, this year was a very plentiful year. However, the weight of the bananas started weighing on the tree, and it was overlapping with the mango tree. And as you see, they both need to be trimmed. I mean, they're just growing, and it's getting too close to the house. So we definitely have to work on that. So my husband had to cut down the banana tree because our grandkids was here, and we did not want it to topple and fall. And so he chopped it down, and every day he would just come out and get bananas from the yard. And you just have to pick and choose, the best bananas. So also, as you saw, the soursop tree is also producing quickly thanks to the rain. However, the challenge that we face is when the fruits fall, they burst open. I told my husband that we should put buckets out to catch them. So hopefully we're going to try it this weekend and see if that helps, because once they hit the ground, the bugs get attached to it. And unfortunately, as much as I try to keep the cats out the yard, they still find their way in. And so we don't really touch the burst soursops that fall from the tree. I do, however, use the soursop leaves all the time, every year round, because they're good for nourishing the body. I will share a video on that, but do your research on how great soursop is. Inside the home, the only space you won't see today is our bedroom, which is at the front of the house. My husband is sleeping, so that's off limits for now. Recently, we installed 2 air-conditioned units. One is in our bedroom and one is in a living room. The added master suite at the back is actually the hottest room in the house. And we wanted to put an AC unit in that back room this summer. If you saw the video, you'll see that there's the switch box is already up there for that. But unfortunately, we had to hold off because the electrician stated that our circuit breaker was outdated. Remember, the circuit breaker that we had in the house was from when the house was built, and a lot of those mechanisms have been upgraded. So we had to upgrade it. And so hopefully next year, sometimes we'll get, before next summer, because right now it's nice and cool, it's no rush, we will get that done. In the meantime, the guest rooms and the living room, as you see, have all wall-mounted fans. And let me say this, also, electricity in Jamaica is not cheap. If you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about that. And one of my videos where I say why I regret living in Jamaica, that was just a gag for people to get into the video. And I know some of the comments, people's like, well, why would you say that? You didn't mention anything about, why you didn't like Jamaica. That's the whole point. There is nothing that I don't like about Jamaica. What I talk about is adjusting to Jamaica. So anyway, watch those videos. But as I stated, electricity is not cheap here. So we do monitor our AC, okay? Another thing about homes in the area of St. James is storage space, or the lack of it. Closet space is small, and there isn't much built-in storage, as you probably saw. We made adjustments by adding shelves in a small storage room behind the master suite door that I didn't show you. And we also have a linen closet, which is up front by our bedroom. So We're still working on space, but you do the best you can. We've also mounted all the TVs on the wall to maximize space and reduce clutter. I don't like clutter at all, guys. So it's important for me to navigate through my house in a way that keeps it comfortable, not just for me and my husband, but for anyone that's coming to visit, family or friends. So a lot of our furniture we changed, and we try to get more modern type furniture in the front room. In the back room is a lot of the older furniture because my mother-in-law loves that style. So when she comes here, that's really the room she stays in. Okay. Our house is fully fenced with grills on the windows and the porch. That's a very common thing in Jamaica. But what's also common to see is homes with no fences, no gardens, no fruit trees, and no grills. But for us, this setup gives us peace of mind. And that's why I fell in love with Jamaica. Waking up to this in the back of the yard alone is just beautiful. True story, when I first would visit here back in 2012, I never would come outside. We didn't have the tile done. It was just more concrete. I'm not a yard person, or I would say at least that time I wasn't a yard person. I always did work in the house, but now I love coming out into the yard. I do my content out here in the yard, and we don't have a dryer, although you can have a dryer in your house, but we hang up our clothes, and that was new for me too, just hanging up my clothes in the yard. And so a lot of adjustments I had to get comfortable with if I wanted to live on an island. And that is the whole reason I do these videos, right? If you want to live on an island, there are adjustments that you have to make, because if not, then Jamaica will not be for you. I was having a conversation here with my neighbor. We're both outside enjoying this beautiful weather because it's been so hot, and the coolness out here. So yes, if you're up before 7 o'clock, you're going to get some beautiful cool breezes going through. And this day was a beautiful day. Another thing, I work from home in the healthcare administrator industry. So a lot of people always ask, what do I do for work or income, blah, 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 right? I'm an author. I'm a social media creator. I make digital products online. Everything I do is online because I can't work here. I'm not trying to work here, but the whole point is I can't work here until my Jamaican resident state I could. I don't have a work permit on that. I am working on getting the 7-year Jamaican residence, which I'll share about that in another video. But until you get a work permit, you cannot work here in Jamaica. So all of my work is from the States, but I do everything online. Okay. And that's flexible for me. It allows me to spend time here in our home as much as I want. And if I do come across where there's an electric issue and I have to work, I go to Fairview. That's my location I'll go to. I used to have a membership at Doctor's Cave, and they have a conference room there where I can work, and it's beautiful. I have to renew my membership there, but there's cafes and Starbucks that I can go work if I need to. And I love that about the island, right? You're not just stuck if something happens. They are really progressing, and I love it, right? So life is slower here. Life is simpler here and filled with blessings. See, I'm taking it all in right now. Like these fruit trees in the yard. I am so thankful. I am just very thankful, guys. So thank you for taking this real, unedited tour with me. This is about sharing the reality of living here in Jamaica. It's not about perfection. It's really about showing up, living authentically, and embracing the life we've been given. So stay to the end of the video because there is more to see. And I hope you enjoy this, and we will be sharing more. Share your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and follow for more about expat life, Jamaican living, and real stories. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Bye for now. Be well.